Talking the walk, talking the talk, telling you what a CEO is all about. This is the podcast for she's only. We share our stories of leadership to inspire you. So welcome to the She Sleeps, the podcast for she's only. She's only a woman in leadership. So come on, CEO, you should join the show. She Sweets Podcast with Jodi Hood.
Welcome to She Sweets Podcast with your host, Jodi Hood. This is the place where we share unfiltered realities in the suite that our male counterparts will never face. We laugh, we cry, we thrive, and we survive. Today, we are going to end a 3-part series about introverts rule. And as you know, I am a confirmed introvert. Now, our very first topic was on introverts and the myths. Our second podcast of the series was introverts and interviews. Now, I have a real live, true story to tell you about that, but we're going to leave that for another time. But everything we said to do for introverts when you're getting prepared for the interview went right out of the window. Oh, I got to tell you about that one. But on today, we are going to talk about wildly famous introverts. We're going to tell you some people you had no idea, I'm sure, that they were introverts. But one thing that I found was of the wildly famous introverts, they are wildly successful. So it is true that introverts make some of the best leaders. So I have a little bug here, so I'm going to get right into it. I'm not going to elaborate on how famous and what each introvert did, because many of them you're going to know as soon as I say their name, you know who they are, but you're going to be surprised that they were introverts. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to give you 23. That's why I'm going fast today, because this throat, I don't think it's going to hold up. All right, so here you go. I'm going to talk about 23 of the most amazingly successful introverts in history. Now, we already know that there are a lot of misconceptions, and that's what we talked about 2 podcasts ago. But I'm going to give you here the list of the introverts. Now, we know, again, there are a lot of misconceptions, right? Some look at us and they say, oh, they're so shy. They can't even speak in public. Not true. Others say they don't even like people. Not true. Those are prejudicial statements, and they don't even hold hot water. So, you know what? Here you go. All of those myths, throw them right out of the window. And I'm going to give you this list right here. Number 1, Albert Einstein. Yes. He's most noted for the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921. And what is he most famous for? Developing the theory of relativity. Now, I said I'm not going to tell you what they all did, but I had to talk about my friend Albert, introvert. Hello, Rosa Parks, introvert. Can you believe that? She was an introvert, and in the introduction of her book, "Quiet: The Power of Introverts in the World That Can't Stop Talking," it was a book about her. She talks about Rosa. Bill Gates, number 3. He is the founder of Microsoft. He's also, I think, listed on one of the top 6 richest people in the world. But yes, he's on the list for introverts. So, introverts out there, we're in good company. Steven Spielberg. He's one of the most successful and wealthiest influential personalities in Hollywood. That's right, Steven. Sir Isaac Newton, you know what he's known for. Don't you all remember Sir Isaac Newton, the laws of motion and the universal gravitation? Forgive me today. I'm really messing up. I don't feel well with this cold. Eleanor Roosevelt. Yep. She was an introvert. Oh, yeah. First lady. Yep. Mike Zuckerberg, Facebook COO. Miss Sandberg told the New York Times in 2010 that Zuckerberg is shy and introverted, and he often does not seem very warm to people who don't know him, but he is warm. Now, that part is not a myth. A lot of people say that introverts are not warm. And it's not that we aren't warm, but you know, we have to get to know you. Larry Page, he's the co founder of Google. Yeah, they thought he was an odd choice for CEO because they said, he's kind of reserved. But baby, who does not know Google? Al Gore, he's a former vice president. Yeah, he was it or is an introvert. Now, this name number 10, I really don't know her. You probably do. I think she is or was the CEO of Yahoo. Her name is Marissa Mayer. Yep. She believes in quiet leadership, but she did admit that I'm just a little geeky and shy, but I love to code. Abraham Lincoln, number 11. And I don't think they're in any particular order. They're not, definitely not alphabetical order, but yeah, it's just introverts, wildly famous. Yep. And you know that Abraham was what, our 16th president, and they have studied him like a lot. Why? Because some people think he was geeky, he was quiet, a little weird. But yeah, Abraham, introvert. This one surprised me, but then not so much because introverts, because we're deep thinkers and we are very strategic and we are very observant and we're also creative. We like to write. A lot of us like to write. So J.K. Rowling, you know who that is, the creator of Harry Potter. Mm-hmm. Introvert. Now this one, I've heard him talk on many occasions. He's a man of few words, but it's not like he doesn't talk. And this is Warren Buffett. Yep. What is he known for? He was the Oracle of Omaha, right? He is one of the most successful introverts and businessmen in the world. Baby, he could talk about those stocks too, right? And he, I'm telling you, when he started out, he knew he had an intellect for business, but he thought that he needed to enroll in Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People because he didn't have a business persona. Now, this is funny to me because I have read How to Win Friends and Influence People at least 5 times. Yeah, I'm an introvert. I am. Well, Warren Buffett is too. Mahatma Gandhi, introvert. Yep, he was the master for nonviolence, remember? But in a gentle way, he shook the world. Baby, these are wildly famous introverts. Okay, we do the do. This one surprised me. And then again, it didn't because I too, even though I'm an introvert, I just kind of figured that Hillary Clinton, she was just kind of stiff and not very friendly and not really warm, but she's an introvert. Okay. And because her husband was such an extrovert, you wonder like what's really going on there? Is she always mad at him? Did he do something? But no, she's an introvert. Michael Jordan, number 16, introvert. Charles Darwin, renowned scientist and author, introvert. Meryl Streep, you all know Meryl, introvert. Elon Musk, number 19, introvert. Dr. Seuss, one of the greatest children authors of all times. Mm-hmm. Green eggs and ham. You know Dr. Seuss? Yes, introvert. Now, Chopin, renowned inspirational composer, he only gave about 30 public performances in his lifetime. Yep, but he played for his friends, baby. And he sold those compositions. Yes, he did. Steve Wozniak. I don't know him. He's not really a person or a name that I've heard, but I'm sure you have. He was or is the Apple co founder. And last but certainly not least, Barack Obama. That's right. He was our first African American president elected to office, and he is a known introvert. Yep, that's right. So there you have it, folks. 23 wildly famous introverts. Again, I didn't have a lot of time, or I really didn't feel like elaborating on them. But hey, at your leisure, go back, study them, find out about the wildly famous introverts. So you know what? It's true. We started out talking about that Harvard study that introverts are some of the best leaders in the world. I'm here to tell you it's true. All righty. I love me some introverts out there. We need to start a Facebook group. It might be one already, but we need to start another one. And we should call it Introverts Rule. How about that? So until next time, people, why don't you do this favor for me? I want you to like me on Facebook, connect with me on LinkedIn, and or subscribe to my YouTube channel. How about that? Is that good? All righty. Until next time, people, keep walking the walk and talking the talk. Talk to you later.
Welcome to the podcast for G's only. For G's only. And it's for all women who's at the C-suite level. CEO. And we're coming your way to share our stories and leadership.